I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is my quest for England and Englishness, its landscape, its heritage and nature. It's a personal journey and I'll document it for all to see. So come on, join me and let the quest begin. I've got strawberries and cream for breakfast. I bought some strawberries yesterday for my pudding, really, what did I have? I can't remember. I had an omelette and peas. It was a ham, cheese, onion, various things using up really in my omelette, and I thought I'd just treat myself because I haven't had strawberries and creams, and I was aware that really I think we've come to the end of the summer. I think meteorologically we come into autumn on the 22nd of September, so I think one way or another we're sort of on the cusp, and we had all that lovely weather. It seems to have gone, and I thought this is going to be the last probably strawberries and cream that I'm going to have. Not that I have it very often, but I'm going to have it today, and I'm going to have the rest for breakfast before the strawberries go a bit mushy. Well, they do look lovely, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy them. I do like my strawberries. I know it's a bit, fattening, isn't it, cream, but it's proper cream. It's not any of this weird cream that's got various stuff added to it. I know there's a cream and I don't know, they put things in it. Why would you? Anyway, today I am going to go and meet up with Ricky in his van. We're going to have a chat about a potential staying over somewhere before the weather breaks. So I think that's a great idea. So I better eat this up and get on the road. That's good. Everything started out pretty good that morning. Lovely breakfast. I do like strawberries. Sometimes I have blueberries with my porridge, though mainly in the winter. The route to Goring Gap was mired with roadworks, but that's pretty much par for the course these days everywhere, and we soon got moving again. And when I eventually arrived at the rendezvous, the heavens had burst their banks. It is now soaking wet and I wish I'd brought a jumper. I think somewhere in the back is a jacket. I'm going to have to go and face the weather. God blimey. You'll have to excuse the wind noise. In bad weather, I tend to film exterior stuff with my trusty GoPro. Ugh. Inside the van, I'm as snug as a bug. And I even found my jacket. Well, I was expecting to be putting the table and chairs out and sitting out there in the sunshine. I thought it was going to be at least just overcast and maybe with a bit of sun creeping in, but apparently that's not what it's going to do. Kettle is on. I brought with me some real coffee, which I've already ground and put up into my little cafetiere. So whilst I'm waiting for Ricky, that's what I'm going to do. I've had to change my gas as well. This canister's come to an end. It's a bit of a shame. So I need to get some more gas canisters. I do have a larger one of those square ones that you have the upright aerosol type things. I haven't used it yet, but these are just great because they're tiny and small. But they're about £6 a pop. So I need to find the cheaper source, really. First coffee of the day always hits the spot. I popped briefly to the beach to grab a couple of shots, but it didn't look at all inviting. Ricky's turned up and the weather has improved and I'm sitting inside Ricky's van. Hello, Ricky.
Hi to you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. You keeping well?
Yeah, not too bad actually. I'm impressed with your van because we were pretty much similar stages when I was doing mine. I think you were a bit more advanced.
Slightly, yeah. We've just done a few more tweaks and got a few things sorted since we last saw each other.
And here we are at Goring Gap.
Yeah.
With it's a bit of an overcast day. As you saw, it was raining before, but it's clearing up now. Very windy.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a cup of coffee. You've just
I've literally just made a cup of coffee.
Oh, lovely. Oh, yes, I forgot. I'm the black one.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I do like to I like coffee, black or white, doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You've only got UHT milk, and I'm not keen on it.
You're not a fan of that. Well, I've got no cool box in here.
No.
So that's kind of a...
I know. Funny enough, I had to take my cool box in and out.
Yeah.
So and then I have to put cold stuff in the cool box, like ice box stuff.
Yeah.
To keep it, otherwise it's not really cold.
No, that's right. Yeah. Does yours work? Does your cool box work off your internal battery?
I can plug it in to the 12 volt thing, and I ran a lead.
Oh, right, okay.
Through the because you don't have a bulkhead here,
no,
but I ran the lead through the bulkhead, so I can put it in next to the bed bench.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So when I've got when I've got it in there, it sits on the floor, but I can then move it round wherever I want.
Okay, that's quite handy.
So that works quite well.
How does it work then when the engine's turned off? How long does your cool box last for? Because I'm thinking of getting one.
It does seem to. I mean, my van's black.
Yeah.
And so it gets the heat all the time.
Right.
And especially on a hot day, and so you touch that. But actually, because it's in this box, even when we've unplugged, because I unplugged the 12 volt thing when we're stationary, because it's plugged.
Right.
It's not on the leisure battery; it's on the main. battery.
On the main battery, yeah.
So I can only do it when I'm driving. So we've had stuff in there all day, and it's by the end of the day you think, oh, it's beginning to warm up, but it stays cold. It does stay cold. It just may not be. You couldn't keep ice cream in there,
No.
But milk and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but by the end of the day, the milk needs to either go in the fridge or be chucked.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've been looking at getting a cool box in this van. I wasn't too sure how they kind of work. Would it stay when the engine's off and I'm out for the day?
Yeah.
Doing a vlog or whatever. Would it be okay by the time I came back? Does it?
Somebody said that they're supposed to keep 18 degrees cooler than the environment that they're in.
Okay.
I see you've got cake.
I have. Please help yourself. There's a lovely jam donut in there for you.
Thank you. Oh, lovely. Look at that. How lovely is that? That is lovely.
Tuck in. Enjoy.
So we are thinking of joining forces and going on a camp out somewhere.
It could be quite an interesting thing to do.
Not like together, but we'll have our separate vans.
Yeah, naturally.
That's the whole point of it, wasn't it?
I mean, you're no Julia Bradbury, don't you?
No, thank God I'm not. That's very nice. So we don't know where we're going to go. We don't know how long. Maybe a night. Maybe a couple of nights.
It could be just. It could be a day camp thing. It could be an overnight stop somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of planning that.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So that's something to look forward to. I'm getting covered in
jam.
So, I like your you've got a bit of a theme going on in here, haven't you? You've got black and white.
Yeah, very much so.
Cushions.
The checks and we wanted to kind of create the kind of homely feel in a certain way. Would you like a cloth?
Sorry about that.
Or a bib even.
Probably need a bib.
So yeah, we kind of designed it in a way where we would have a little bit of space to manoeuvre about, and something a little bit.
And there's
homely
two
to come
of
back
you.
to. Yeah, there's two of us.
There's only one of me, so
yeah.
I'm going to go and wash my hands actually, because
that's
they're very sticky now. But
well, I have got some. If I just lean over here, I have got.
You've got the wet wipes. Oh, you got the.
I think you need the whole roll, don't you?
I think so, yeah. I do like Ricky's van. It's bright and airy and a little bigger than mine, and certainly has a lot of character. To be honest, I'm a bit envious. Outside, the kite surfers had arrived to take advantage of the early autumnal weather. It really had got quite gusty. It does look great fun,
although I'm not really a winter sports person. But you have to admire the skill and bravery of these fellas. At least I think they're all fellas. Off you go, chap. Look at him. They zip about, don't they? Rather you than me, mate. I think I'll watch from the safety of the seashore, thank you. Back home, and the Essie is lit. Something smells good.
That's coming on nicely. I've got a vegetable stew for tonight, and it's all looking good. Carrots, potatoes, leeks, onions. I might put some peas in actually in a minute. A parsnip. Yeah, parsnip. Lots of good stuff. Now that we're coming into autumn, although it's still quite muggy and mild out, I just thought, do you know, I fancy a vegetable broth. And I put in a couple of stock cubes as well, just to give it a bit of spice. But that'd be not spice, but flavour, I suppose. And that would be great. But I've just I've noticed something outside that I need to go and have a look at. So whilst that's cooking on the old Essie, I think I'll put the kettle on and go and investigate something that's by my back gate. I have a bag full of cones. Cones. These are from Merlin. I know he said to me, I've got a whole load of cones and they'd make great firelighters. It's a shame because I've just lit the Essie earlier this evening. But he's got this string, which I think he must have used in order to sort of lower it over my gate. And then, so that obviously they didn't tip out and go everywhere. Good idea. So, I'll have to give them a whirl tomorrow. I'm not quite sure whether I'm supposed to douse them in paraffin first or just put them in as they are, but apparently that with paper and stuff they make great firelighters. Thanks Merlin, appreciate it. Oh, lovely. Ooh. Won't be long now till my stew's ready. Yummy.
It's the next day, and I'm in Rowland Castle, continuing my exploration of the Sussex Borderland. Once again, I've managed to start in Hampshire, but I am a stage up from Westbourne, where I was last time.
Well, I have arrived. I guess this is the village green. Let's go and have a look at some of the lovely houses.
I think I'll start to the south of the village, at this distinctive-looking building.
As ever, I thought I'd start with the church, and this is the church on the green. It doesn't look like it's a terribly old church. In fact, there's a stone that must have been laid when it was being built that says 1881. So, a late Victorian church, really. And I'll have a scout round to see if there's anything older. It looks like it's locked.
Yep, it's definitely locked, all right. The church on the green is a United Reformed church. Now, being both ignorant and non-religious, I'm not really sure what that means, but it's a sweet building nonetheless. Like many of the Hampshire villages, there are some beautiful properties in Rowland Castle. A lot of Georgian and Victorian, and some considerably older. 100 years ago, they built stuff like this. Lovely. The village gets its name from the castle, of course, but more on that later.
They put these seats in just the right space, just the right place. You get a great view down the village green. I've come on a Saturday today, and it's a sleepy village, Rowlands Castle. And of course it's just on the border really. I mean, it's in Hampshire. It's in Hampshire, and the Sussex border is just over there, I guess, on the edge of Stansted Park, which I may go and have a look at briefly in a mo, whilst I've just gone and had a bit more of a look round here. But it is very lovely. I had a friend who lived here. I don't know if he still lives here actually, and I hadn't seen him for about 15 years. And there was that weird thing as I was driving through the village. There was people sitting outside a cafe which I'd been to with him before, and a couple of people walking, and I thought, I wonder if I'll see him. But it was so long ago, he probably doesn't live here anymore.
Now, there's a flagpole, but no flag. And all around, straw is strewn on the ground. I discovered the reason, but sadly I was a week too late. Nice mosaic there to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II. Ah, proud to see the flag on there. Oh, a bus stop come library. Oh, you fools! I might never escape if I start looking at the books. Not sure of the one about Kevin Keegan. The shops and delightful cafe is down by the station and railway bridge in the North End. It is a bustling little place too, and I do believe it's on the main line to London. The Castle Inn. Reminds me, just where was the old castle? There's a big old estate behind these imposing gates, and then heading south there's almost this curtain wall preventing access. Do you know, I do believe I'm close. The castle can't be that far away. And to get there, I need to follow this track.
I'm walking up a bridle path just to the, I guess it must be the south of the village, and I think I'm walking adjacent to where the original Mott and Bailey was. There's a housing estate next to me that's I think called On Bailey Road, which is a bit of a giveaway. So it's almost as if the original Rowlands Castle has now been built on, which would be rather awful. It's just behind me in there. You just get a hint of the houses behind me. And I met a couple, and they were interested in what I was doing, and I said I was making a video of the walk around the Sussex Borderland, and although I knew I was in Hampshire, and I said I was trying to find the castle, and they sent me up here, and it is the highest point, of course, and so that would be the most logical place for a castle. But I am somewhat dismayed that they have been allowed to build on it. But so it's somewhere in there, and you can't really get to it because it's all a bit private.
However, don't despair. Go up a little further and all will be revealed.
This makes a lot of sense. So this sign is telling me that this ancient path, the drift road, was not made until about 1850. I don't know what that means. And then access to the farm, which was Rowland's Hill Farm. I think it's changed its name now, and came from this ancient path. But basically, there was a Roman villa on the top of the hill here, and after that, during the Norman period, a castle, Norman castle, Rowland's Castle. And there is a modern mast here, aerial mast for cell phones and communications and things like that. And it's just up there through the trees, but we can't actually get to the very site. But it's nice to know we've actually found it and pinpointed the castle. I'd be interested to know if that's on the Sussex side of the border or still just on the Hampshire border. It's probably just on the Hampshire border, I guess. Perhaps the other side of the castle is Sussex. That's what I need to go and find.
These ancient sites, I feel, should not be closed to the public. They're part of all of our history, and they ought to be accessible. But you know what landowners are like.
Well, I think the rest of this pathway is the Shipwright's Way, and I think it can, if you follow it, I think the long distance footpath takes you, if I've got this right, down to Portsmouth. It called the Shipwright's Way. I did a video up in Liss, because I know it goes as far as Liss, if not further, in Hampshire, is where the shipwrights would come and take the trees and carry the trees down to Portsmouth to be turned into ships, the timber for the sailing ships, back in the 18th, 17th and 18th century, presumably. It's lovely to see a well-preserved track, but I think I'm heading back to Rowland's Castle. Make sure the van's still there.
Another cuppa, and then it's time to head home, for I'm eager to try something out.
Well, I'm back from my travels, and it's time to light the Essie. And of course, I've got these, haven't I? My fir cones to test out. Now, I've seen Merlin since. I was just making a cup of tea and he popped round and I said, how do I use these then to light the fire? And he said, well, put newspaper down and then put them in, and when you light it, the newspaper lights these. These really flare up, and then the wood that you put on will burn much quicker, and you'll get the thing at a hotter temperature faster. That's the idea. So I'm going to give it a whirl. I said I don't really have any newspaper, so I said I can use a firelighter, which is what I normally do, but with the sort of kindling, which I normally use. So we're going to see how this works and see if it really makes much of a difference. So I'll light the firelighter, I'll shove in the cones, hopefully they'll heat up the wood, and away we go. So, that didn't work, did it? It's always when you're filming. Here we go. Right, get the firelighter going. Shove that in here. And now, stick the cones in. Well, it's going. I might take a little bit of getting used to, but I'll stick the wood in and we'll see if we get it going. There's a lot more smoke. I don't know if that's a good thing. But, let's chuck that all in. There we go. Shut it up. I'm always happy to give it a try. Well, you'll have to wait till next time, because that's it for this video. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, become a patron and support what I do, and I'll continue to make these videos. It's a lot of smoke going up the chimney. I'm going to have to go outside and see how bad it is. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.
crikey. The senior management team, I presume that's you guys, yeah, would like you to have another day out with Richard Vobes, culminating in an overnight stay at a campsite near... Yeah, you see, I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. Don't get me wrong, I mean, Richard's a lovely chap, but he does tend to ramble on a bit at times. And he certainly likes to correct you when you're not right. It's not a Union Jack, it's a Union flag. It can't be a Union Jack unless it's on the mast. I'm in my van, I'm going out in my van. Let's have a day in my van. He doesn't drink, he slurps. It's very, very infuriating when you're trying to have a conversation and he picks up the cup and plus the fact he never uses a coaster. I mean, that mark took me absolutely ages to get out. Ah. Ah. Sorry, there's another bit at the bottom. You will be paid a small fee for your time. Oh, well, in that case, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, would love to, yeah. Looking forward to that very, very much. Super. Just out of interest, how small is the fee?